What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. We are officially moved into the house and it's finally time to start doing some ZL1 videos for you guys. And today we're finally going to do a video that I've been waiting almost 3 months to do, because we finally got in the new drag pack for the ZL1. That is right. That is loud. Now, before we get right into the video, guys, I do want to give a huge shout out and thank you to each and every one of you guys that support the channel, that have subscribed and leave amazing comments down below. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming along and following my build, and hopefully my videos have been informative and helping you guys make your decisions with your Camaros or ZL1s or any other cars that I might have in the future. But with that being said, if you like these videos, go ahead and give it a like button, consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all of my videos and make sure that you support the channel. But anyways, let's get right to the video, guys, and show you guys these new Weld wheels that we just got. Now, the best part about this, guys, in this new house is that we now have the AC garage. Oh yeah. Yeah, it feels so much nicer in here, guys. We've got the AC running back there. And the star of the show, guys, that is, of course, the new Weld Ventura wheels, which I'm gonna pop open and show you guys right now. Of course, we've got the full tires, the rear Mickey Thompson 305s, EG Street R's, and the M&H 28-inch tall bias plies. Now, today we're gonna go ahead and unbox these, show you guys everything, how they look, and then we're gonna go ahead and actually mount the tires on. We did get beadlocks, so you guys will see that, and I'll go through the process of mounting those. You can actually mount those at your house, so that's pretty cool. So we're gonna mount the beadlock, the tires on the beadlock wheels. We'll then take these all to the tire shop, make sure they balance the rear wheels. I don't believe the front ones can be balanced. And then when that's all said and done, we'll come back and we'll install them on the ZL1 and show you guys what it will look like. I am super excited. I can't wait. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you will already have seen the sneak peek of what they look like. I did mount one of the front wheels on the front tire just to see how they would fit, and everything was a-okay. So make sure to follow me on Instagram. Link is in the description below so you can get the sneak peek and ahead of all the videos. But anyways, let's get right to it. Let's go ahead and go right to it, guys, to the star of the show, and that is, of course, these beadlocks. Oh baby. So check this out. We've got the beadlock ring, and then of course we've got the welds coming up. Pretty nice packaging, guys, and check that out. Oh my goodness. These, of course, are the 17x10 beadlock wheels, and those are the rears. I believe the packaging has the specs. There we go. So you can see here the specs for the Weld wheels. They're 17x10, 78.1 hub, 7.25 backspace, 5x120 with a 45 offset. And that is for the rears. Now the fronts are an 18x5, same 78.1 hub, 2.1 backspace, minus 23 offset on a 5x120. And these, again, I already measured and put this on the front to make sure that it would clear, since I did have an issue with my previous drag pack from Weld and they didn't clear, but these fit perfectly, guys. Check that out. So now we've got the 5-star, and these again are basically just like the Weld RTS-71. They have the same 5-spoke design, but of course are the Venturas. As you can see, even the barrel in the back is black. So these are a one-piece construction. and they don't really have much to them. But for now, guys, let's go ahead and we'll leave these in the boxes because the fronts we have to take to the tire shop to get done, and we'll go ahead and mount the rear bead locks to the tires, and actually want to go ahead and test fit them on the rear just to make sure that they fit before we mount a tire on, so that we don't have any issues. I know the front ones fit, so we'll have to do that on the rear. Check that out, guys. So obviously we don't have the wheel on yet, but it sits flush in the rear. Now there is, for the ZL1s, guys, down in here you'll see, I'm gonna pull the wheel off right now, but there is a crossover tube on the bottom, and the wheel completely sat flush, but that crossover tube was just hugging and touching the lip in the back here. So we had to do a tiny little bit of clearance. Luckily that crossover tube is very kind of soft, malleable, so we just used a towel and a hammer and just kind of tapped it just very little, not a lot, guys, and now we finally have the clearance there for the wheel to rotate freely, and everything looks like it's gonna clear perfectly fine, guys. So looks good. The back, everything facing even from the top, guys, is right on point. So let's go ahead and take this wheel off and show you guys what I mean. So this crossover tube here, guys, was just barely tapping right in the back, so we put a little cover and just slight a little bit of hammers, nothing too crazy, just a tiny little bit, and got that up in the air and cleared perfectly fine. Okay, so we ran into a tiny bit of a snag, guys, with the wheels. Luckily the rears fit, the fronts fit, so the sizing does fit, of course, with the tiny little bit of clearance on the crossover tube from the caliper. But unfortunately the Weld Venturas do not come with the valve stems, so I had to order a set of valve stems, and I had to measure to make sure what kind of valve stems to order. And of course you do need to get the ones that are 0.453 hole diameter. And also, guys, to make things easier, you are going to want to get a set of new lug nuts. I went with these from Amazon, and I'll probably put a screenshot up on the screen, but basically these are the longer style ones. I used to have the short style ones on my older drag pack, but these, due to the offset, due to everything, have deeper pockets for the lug nuts, so you are going to need these longer lug nuts to get those to work properly. Well, we got one tire on with the bead lock, and I think it's doing pretty good. A lot harder than it looks, guys. So let me go ahead and get the other tire put on, and I'll show you guys how to do these bolts on the bead lock. You basically start in a star-shaped pattern back and forth, and I did 3 passes. I started at 10 foot-pounds, and then I went to 20 foot-pounds, so 2 passes like that, and then I did a final just double check and making sure that everything was good. You can see where this ring is basically kind of almost touching the lip here across the board in some places. So once you have that even space around here in the bottom, you should be good to go, and that makes this tire ready for some air. It is actually Friday and we still don't have the drag pack on, but we did go through and actually get the drag pack mounted, so we're going to show you guys that here real quickly. And I did film, but it was actually a process to try to get these wheels mounted and all that, and I'll talk a little bit about that. I did record a lot of it, but the biggest culprit of everything was these valve stems, guys. So I ended up ordering 3 sets of valve stems over the week. The first 2 did not work. They didn't fit. There was an issue with the spacing around. There was an issue with the spacing around the valve stem here, so we could tighten it with the metal valve stems. I ended up going with the rubber pop through valve stems, and they seem to be holding up. And there you have the front skinnies on the M&H 28-inch tire, and of course I'll show you guys the bead locks. We are pretty much ready to go. We are actually going to be going to the track here pretty soon, so I'm the wheels on the car and show you guys finally what you've been waiting for in this video, and that is how the ZL1 looks with the bead locks and the new Weld Ventura drag pack. So let's get right to work. We'll swap out these tires and show you guys the end result. Oh my god, check this out, guys. Man, does this look good. Look at these back bead locks. Ooh, super nice. And man, god, this thing looks sexy. With finally we got the front runner, and I actually had to go out and get these thin walled sockets, guys, 19mm, because these are, because of the offset, the wheel is so far in, and I actually went with a lug nut socket that has a cover, but it's thin wall, so you have to remove the covers and so that it could fit in here. But like I said, it fits right up flush on the edge, and you just have to be very careful. But everything clears and is looking good to go. I'm gonna do the other side, then I'll move it back and forth, let the suspension settle in, and show you guys the end result. There we go. Check that out, guys. That is insane. Got our front 18x5s. They fit and cleared the Brembo calipers perfectly. They do sink in just a tiny bit, nothing too crazy. And then of course the star of the show, if I might add, is these bead locks. They look super good, and like I mentioned, the only thing we had to do on the ZL1 was basically tap on this crossover line just a tad to get that extra clearance there. But other than that, they fit perfectly and look amazing, guys. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think of the way this car looks. I think it looks awesome. But anyways, guys, this has been a long time coming and appreciate it. Thank you guys for sticking to the end of this video. But now I gotta run, get ready, because we're gonna be going to the track with this new setup to try and see how the car will do now that we have the front skinnies on to save some weight and test out the trans tune. So if you haven't, make sure to hit the like button, consider subscribing, and hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date with all my videos, especially the one coming up after a couple of these videos where we're finally going to the track with the new full drag pack and the transmission tune. So you won't want to miss that. But anyways, guys, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.